Welcome to the QueenAmani Show, all the way from the Queen City. Here she is, QueenAmani.
Welcome to the QueenAmani TV Show, all the way from the Queen City, all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm here in the castle. I hope you're having a great day and a great blessed week. You know, we've been having a good time here at the QueenAmani TV Show. It has been a fun season. This is season 2. Can you believe season 1 went by in a jiffy? You know, and we're here in season 2, and we have just been having a great time. I'm excited because we have some guests coming up that you do not want to miss. I have had some fantastic people that have contacted me here at the QueenAmani TV Show, and they're keeping their dreams alive, and they're going after their purpose, and they have some amazing things to share with us here. So you want to tune in because we have some great guests coming up in the next couple shows, and I just do not want you to miss them. But you know, if you haven't been able to tune in to the QueenAmani Show because of your schedule, maybe your school schedule or your work schedule, or you know, just whatever type of schedule that you have, if it gets in the way, you know that we are on once a week. And if you missed the show, you can check us out on YouTube at QueenAmani Show at YouTube. We do have a YouTube channel for the QueenAmani Show, and you can also check us out on Facebook at the QueenAmani Show at Facebook. So make sure you like our page there, and we will have some t-shirt giveaways, QueenAmani Show t-shirt giveaways, so you do want to like the Facebook page there at the QueenAmani Show. And again, try to tune in because we're on weekly, and what a blessing, you know, that is. And we just have some great things in store. Well, our last show, you know, we talked about just keeping that dream alive. And I hope that you've been thinking about that, and you've been thinking about that dream that you have in you, because I know that you have one, because we all do. We all have that thing, that zest for something that we know is our passion, that just is the thing that we feel like we should be doing. Whether we're doing it or not, we know what that is. So I hope that you're just keeping that dream alive, and you're holding on to your dream no matter what. Because you know, here at the QueenAmani TV Show, I like to tell you, you don't let anything or anybody take that dream away from you or to kill your dream inside of you. You hold on to it. Even if you can't do what you know it is that you should be doing right now, that you're passionate about, you still keep that dream alive. And one day it will manifest. It will come true. Dreams do come true. I know it because I'm a witness to that, because the QueenAmani TV Show was my dream, and my dream has begun to manifest. So, you know, if my dream is manifesting and I was able to, you know, keep my dream alive, you can do it too. So you hold on to that, and you make sure that you know that no matter what you go through, no matter what challenges, that your dream one day is going to come true, because you're going to hold on to it. You're not going to let anyone or anything get in the way of your dream. So with that, you see I'm here, and my babies are here with me. And of course, the QueenAmani TV Show is a reality show, you know, so if you hear my babies, I have little Chanel in there while she's licking herself right now, and I have Rocket, my baby, with me. And of course, you know, my big boy Cody just does his own thing. So if you hear my babies in the background just barking or whatever, just know they're just, you know, they're doing their thing. And I love them. They're my babies. Do you have any babies? Do you have any pets that you love? Let me know. And if you have any pictures of them, I would love for you to go on the QueenAmani TV Facebook page and share that. I love to see your babies. I know that I love my babies. You know, everyone knows that about me. And so, you know, they've seen me here in the castle, you know, here on the QueenAmani TV Show, looking at me like, Mom, we want to be a part of the show. You know, don't leave us out. And especially when I've had my son come on, of course, you know, because I love to have him on the show with me anytime that I can. So I just thought, you know what? I'm going to let my babies be a part of this show because I want them to share this dream with me, my dream with them, if you know what I mean. So anyways, share your babies with the Queen Amani TV Show. We would love to see them. I would love to post them on our Facebook page, and we can just share pictures of our babies together. So anyhow, I hope that you've been having a lot of greatness going on. You know, we love to talk about that. And I hope that you're dreaming big because Lord knows I am. We're dreaming big here at the Queen Amani TV Show. Well, so there's one thing I wanted to talk about. I have gotten some questions about my crown. So everyone knows I am Queen Amani and I'm from the Queen City, which, you know, I feel like what's a queen without a crown? I love to say that. But, you know, my crown comes from a special place because years ago, before I was blessed to become a mom, I would do pageants a lot. I was involved in a lot of pageantry. And I had my son when I was in college, and at that time I was still modeling and doing pageants. So when I was blessed to become a mom, I kind of had to sit my pageant world, my modeling, kind of to the side because, you know, like I know if you're a parent, when you have children, everything else is kind of on the back burner. It's then all about your child. So for me, I have always had a love and a knack for modeling and for pageants, and I feel like you just never get too old for those things. You know, I just feel like pageants will always be a part of me, and when I put on my crown, I feel that energy, you know, that almost kind of like when I would be on stage and I would be in different pageants, and that energy I would feel with my beauty pageant sash on and my crown. So for me here at the Queen Amani Show, when I put my crown on, it's just it's a positive, fun way for me to express my love for pageants. And who knows? Maybe one day here at the Queen Amani TV Show, we may have a pageant here on the show or something like that. I know that would be neat for me because I love pageants and modeling. And I have shared with you here, actually my cheerleading picture, which I speak about sometimes, and I've shared it. I believe it's on our Queen Amani Instagram page, TV show page, or Facebook page. But I had the honor of cheering with one of my teammates, Chelsea Cooley, who is from Charlotte, North Carolina. We were cheerleading teammates, and on one picture we were standing there together. And I was so proud of her because she went on to be in Donald Trump's pageant, and she was actually she was the first place in his pageant, and I believe she was like number 5 in the Miss Universe pageant. So I always say that because as much love as I have for pageants, I've been so proud of her with that, and so proud of her for representing, you know, being from Charlotte in the Queen City, and going all the way to win Donald Trump's pageant and to place so high in the Miss Universe pageant. So I've always just been so proud of her and so honored to know that we cheered together back when I was a cheerleader at Independence, and of course went to school with some great athletes. And you know, I would love to actually have some of those athletes come here on the Queen Amani TV Show. I love to say we were, you know, the state champs when I went to high school, and I went to school in Independence. I'm not ashamed of my age, so I don't mind telling you that I went to school back when the Leaks were there, and I remember Chris Leak was one of the athletes, which he was a fantastic athlete. And I hope one day I could have him and some of my other friends and athlete friends that have went on to do great things come here on the QueenAmani TV show and just talk about their story. Talk about what it took for them to get to where they are now, because they are doing some wonderful things. You know, here at the QueenAmani TV show, it's not all about me. You know, I love to share stories of what my friends are doing, because I feel like when one person is doing something great, it only takes one to make the world a better place. So I love to highlight that. I love to highlight the everyday things, the everyday great things that we're all doing, you know, just to make the world better, more positive. You know, your story might be inspiring. Is there something you've overcome, you know, that you would love to share? Is there some kind of challenge, really big challenge? You know, I love stories like that, because Lord knows I've had a many of challenges to get through and to overcome. And believe it or not, I mean, there are things that I still go through. But, you know, I learned that you have to let your faith be bigger than your fear. You know, and I know for a long time I would let my fear be bigger than my faith. And you know, I learned that when you allow your fear to really overcome you, you miss out. You miss out on the bigger things and the bigger blessings that you can be a part of when you allow your faith to be bigger than that fear. So, you know, here at the QueenAmani TV show, I'm here to really motivate myself to go on and motivate myself to allow my faith to be bigger, and also motivate you to allow your faith to be bigger, and to know that let the fear go. Let the fear go and let your faith in, and hold on true to your faith. And we know, what is faith? Faith is that substance of things hoped for, you know, the evidence of things not seen. So it's the things that you do not see, but you're believing in to allow to happen. So you have to really hold on to that. Let your faith be bigger. You don't see it, but you know deep down inside of you. And we've talked about that. You know, we talk about our dreams all the time. You know, in order for you to make that dream come true, you got to hold on to that faith. Just like I'm doing here at the QueenAmani TV show. You know, I will say, when I first began last season here at the QueenAmani TV show, I was so nervous. Even though this was my dream and I always wanted a TV show, I was so nervous. I remember there was like the first time even having to go on set, and they said, okay, we want 2 people out of the class to come up here and you're going to put on a mock TV show. And when I got up there, believe it or not, it's like I froze. And even though it's what I wanted to do, like really bad, I just froze. It's like I didn't even know what to say, you know. And so for me, that was like a part of my fearfulness at that time, but we pushed through it. So we're going to talk about some ways that we can push through and overcome that fear when we get back. We have to take a commercial break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
Welcome to the QueenAmani Show. Thank you for joining us here at the QueenAmani Show in the castle. You know, if you would like to come in the castle and share your story of the great things that you have going on, make sure you connect with us at QueenAmaniTVShow at gmail.com. You can send us an email at the QueenAmaniTVShow at gmail.com, and also look for our Facebook page, Queen TV Show, at Facebook. queenamani.com. And we also have an Instagram page, and that's the Queen TV Show. So make sure you follow us there at Facebook and Instagram, and also send us an email so you can be a guest here in the castle at the QueenAmani TV Show. And thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the QueenAmani TV Show. I hope you're enjoying our show today here in the castle. And we're having such a good time, and I hope you've just been enjoying this season 2 of the QueenAmani TV Show. You know, we have some great guests coming on this season, and I want you to tune in and watch this show for each and every one of our guests, because boy, are they going to inspire us. They're doing some great things here in the city of Charlotte and around the world, and I want you to hear all about the great things that they're doing and making their dreams become a reality. So make sure you tune in. We're here on Access 21 weekly, so you can tune in at the QueenAmani TV Show weekly. And if you miss it, you can catch us on YouTube at the QueenAmani Show or Facebook at QueenAmani Show. At Facebook page, and make sure you like that, because every now and again we do have some great QueenAmani TV Show t-shirt giveaways and different things, so make sure you tune in and you like that page there. But today we're here in the castle, and we're talking about how we have to let our faith be bigger than our fear. To go after anything great in life, whatever it may be. Sometimes things does get challenging and they do get fearful, and you can get fearful. I know I did. I know I definitely went through some things in life that, Lord knows, they really made me fearful, especially when I had that tragedy happen to me that I've shared here and at the QueenAmani TV Show, and I've begun to open up about losing my best friend to domestic violence. I've never experienced such a tragic event in my life, and when that happened, oh boy, did that really make me fearful. It really dealt with my fear. And although I'm a believer, I'm a true believer, and I pray, I went through that moment where it just really had me fearful of a lot, but I kept my dream in me, and I held on to that dream, that we always talk about, and I just prayed, and I began to do things that would help me to not necessarily focus on my fear, but would focus on building up my faith to be able to overcome that fear. And so I believe that it's important that you focus on building your faith. There are different ways. There are an array of different ways of being able to build on that faith. But you want your faith to be just very, very, very big. You want big faith. You want big faith that can move a mountain. You want big faith that that when you believe in something and you set your heart and your mind to it, that you're going to achieve it. You want your faith to be that big. You want your faith to be so big that it just overcomes any fear that may try to come in you, or any type of doubt or anything like that. You want your faith to be way bigger than that. So in order for that to happen, we have to what? We have to build on our faith. I know for me personally, I talked about the tragic loss of my best friend, and I really went through a season of healing, having to heal from that. And so as I was going through my healing, the different things that I did, and I spoke about going to therapy, which helped me tremendously, and I got really involved in church. I became a big volunteer in my church. I know I was born and raised in church, but I will admit that there were times where I wasn't necessarily the biggest volunteer in church. And for me, that became a really positive thing for me to do, to be involved in the church. And as I began to, of course, I did the healing, I had that happen, but being involved in my church, I began to see miracles happen, to other people in other people's lives. And I would listen at other people give testimonies, and what we call in the church is testifying of some of the things they have been able to overcome in life. And I would listen to that, and I would really, pull the energy from that and hope from it, really. And it essentially really helped me to increase my faith, because for me, when I see that other people are able to overcome challenges in their life, it really inspires me. And so I would just really listen to a lot of these testimonies as I was volunteering in the church, and I really would feel like, okay, if this person got through this, or if that person got through that, then, surely I can get through what I'm going through. And as a matter of fact, my pastor in my church, and she's the most humble lady that you would ever know or ever meet. She actually was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, and she just really had gotten daunting news from the doctors. They didn't even expect her to really survive the stage that she was in. But thanks be to God, to this day, she's a survivor. She's a breast cancer survivor, and we were able to watch her go through that process, and it was just a tough, challenging process to watch and to go through. If you know anyone that's ever been through cancer or any type of cancer, you know what I'm talking about. It is just heartbreaking. It is a heartbreaking process, and it's really hard to see someone go through that. But to watch her go through that, to know how tough that was for her to endure, to know to this very day that she is a survivor, gave me such a hope, and it increased my faith so much. It just made me feel like if she could survive that through the grace of God and really just depending on her faith, because she spoke of faith a lot. That's what got her through it. Her relationship with God, she talks about that a lot. I looked at that and I said, wow, if she can get through this, surely I can, increase my faith to get through the tragedy of my best friend, and I can get through, some of the things that's happened to me that I've been able to gain a complete understanding of. I've even spoke about how there was a time where at one point I was requesting my medical records from one of the biggest hospitals here, in Charlotte, and I will not mention their names, but, and my mail was coming to my home and it was opened, and this began to happen to me on so many occasions. It was almost like it was intentional or something, and I could never understand that, and it caused me to become really, really, really fearful. But I had to get through that fear. I had to be able to allow my faith to be bigger than that fear. And I'm saying this because if you stay fearful, you're not able to do these greater things. If I would have allowed my fear to be so big and overtake me and overcome me, I wouldn't have had this opportunity here to have the QueenAmani TV show. I would have totally missed this whole opportunity, and I would have still just been worried about everything that I could not control, fearful. So I'm just saying, we have to do things that, builds on our faith. Now, I understand everybody is different, and you're not me, and I'm not you, and that's what makes us great. I love that about each and every one of us, that God made us so unique and so different. So what works for me might not work for you. For me, like I said, I was able to build on my faith by really getting involved in the church and really putting God first in my life and really just working on my relationship really with God is what helped me. But it might be a different way that you build on your faith. all I want you to take from this is that build on your faith, not your fear. Find ways that makes your faith stronger. To me, that is one of the foundation steps in doing anything great in life. Building on your faith, building on you, that inner you, you know, and build it up so strong that you know you can accomplish anything. And and when that happens, no challenge or anything like that can get in your way. It might slow you down, it might be a distraction, but it's not going to stop you from what you know that you have in you, your purpose, you know, your God-given talent, your dream, your destiny, whatever you want to call it, you know, because here at the QueenAmani TV Show, we want you to be the best you can be. We want you to make your dreams come true. We want you to go after your purpose. You know, that's what we're all about here. This is my purpose. You know, having the QueenAmani TV Show was my dream. And like I said, had I let that fear that came over me through some of the things I went through, if I would have just held on to that and not built on my faith, I would not have the blessings that I have right now. I know it without a doubt. And so I just feel like it's important for me to just really encourage you to make sure you're doing things to build on your faith. It might be through health, like health and fitness. I know that there are motivational people that talk about building blocks of building on your faith and building on making sure that you know you can do anything that you set your mind to. It might be like me in a church, you know, building on your relationship with God. It might be, you know, getting involved with a really good organization where, you know, you're going, but there's something about that is helping you to build on your faith. There's something about it that's helping you to realize it's not what you see, it's what you don't see. You know, that's the thing with faith, because it's one thing to be motivational and it's one thing to be motivating and to have that around you, but you have to have faith too, because you have to know that it's not what you see, it's what you're hoping for, it's what you don't see, you know. And that is sometimes what gets challenging, because when that fear gets bigger than your faith, you know, already you can't see these things, right? Because when we're dealing with our faith, we don't see these things. We're hoping for them. They're inside of us. They're visions that we know we want to be manifest. Well, when that fear comes in and that fear is big, it kills that dream. It kills what's inside of us. You know, that's what happens, and that's why it's so important that we have to allow our faith to be bigger than our fear. So I hope that you take from this, that you think about it. Get involved, do some things that's going to build on your faith. Allow your faith to be bigger than your fear so you can accomplish your dreams. We love you here at the QueenAmani Show. Make sure you tune in next week, and you have a blessed week. Woohoo! We did it!